Yeah.
Morning, everyone. It's Monday, August 11th. It's our regular staff meeting. All the meeting to order. I'll start off the staff and elected reports with Mark. Morning.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Mark Reed. Your planning commission met last week, on Thursday. They had the signal item, the list to draw subdivision out, sort of off the Soldier Creek Road. List to draw, really can't see it from anywhere unless you actually go through their gate, get back in there. And if you need any, if anybody wants to go out and see the site before consideration on September 16th, just get a hold of us. We've got the gate code and welcome to go out, check things out. So
can we do that during hunting season? Gate codes?
that's between you and Mr. Roberts. But anyway, they did recommend approval of that item. And I say you'll be seeing that on the 16th of September. The city chair will consider it. They really don't consider it. They provide comments to the county. They don't actually doing the approval or denial, but they do make comments. And so, and if they do have anything, we're supposed to consider whatever that means. That's what the statute says. That's a really fine piece of legislation.
Mr. Chairman, but that doesn't hook you into city sewer out there, does it?
It does not, but since it's within a mile of the city limits, they require to provide comment to the county commissioners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually no city water or sewer, so it's, they're gonna have their own wells.
Oh, it won't even be on Saw's Water, even though it's like 100 yards from the Saw's Water treatment plant?
Yeah, they are tied into the saw. So the city 16-inch main fire protection purposes. So it's just the height. The holes themselves don't have water. Anyway, let's see. Oh, and then related to that development is that de-annexation petition also from Sheridan Heights Ranch, and that'll be on your next agenda for your consideration. It's the report that I sent you guys, so if you have any questions on that, let me know. Anyway, that's about all I have.
Questions for Mark? Anyone?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Ken?
Morning, Ken Muller, County Engineer. Just a few things. With the Sheriff's Office help, we got the remaining private property at Willow Street right away. What's left there is some junk and a lot of trees. So if you recall, I budgeted some money to go in there and remove the rest of that and cut those trees down. Put together a little bid package and try to get those out try to get some bids to do that. So that thing's moving along. Clean burn. Kerry is just waiting to get an agreement with the local conservation district, with the Wyoming Association Conservation, and they're gonna supply $75,000 towards the design of that stream restoration project. So once they get that signed, and then we'll probably maybe have an agreement with you guys and the conservation district, Kerry's office, and then we can get that RFP out, try to get consultants going. That's all I have, other than I'll be out some later this week. Yeah, on vacation. Well, I'll be around also. Cell phone or email should be able to respond, so. That's all I have.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
So, do you know about, what is the project, and it really doesn't involve us, I don't think, but they're doing a stream project out on Soldier Creek on Walters' place. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I do, Mr. Chairman. They got a floodplain development permit, Mr. Walters, for some stream restoration work. And he hired Tina Kruger, Steady Stream Hydrology, to design it, and it's just fixing erosion, putting little stream barbs in, typical what's been happening on the bigger streams, but on Soldier Creek.
Okay. Yeah, they're putting some big old boulders in there, I can see, but I didn't know for sure what they were. It's a little ways from the okay. I have one more thing. Someone decided that right next to Jorgensen's driveway was a really nice place to bestow them with a large piece of furniture this weekend. There's a big dresser sitting by Jorgensen's driveway. If anybody's out and about, maybe someone could haul that off. I called Charlie and asked him if he was trying to have a yard sale or something, and he assured me that he wasn't. I was gonna put a for sale by owner sign on it, but I didn't get it done. But if anybody's out and about, if they could pick that up, or if not, I can get it one of these days, but. All right,
This is
thanks.
not a freezer full of meat.
It's not a freezer full of meat, it's just a big old dresser. I didn't open the drawers to see what was in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Other questions for Ken, anyone? Thank you, sir.
Ms. Steve?
Yep,
No, Mr. Chair.
Ida.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Ida Sheff Thompson, County Clerk and Recorder, we are still looking for a title clerk. So we still have a vacancy downstairs. We were hoping to try to find somebody with experience, but none of the dealerships pay too well. So we're not at market rate of what the title clerks pay here in Sheridan County, even with the benefit package. So spread the word. I know it's about 3 months worth of training if we find somebody with no experience, but and we put up with a lot of grief at that counter. But still a good job, and we're hoping to find the right person, so still looking.
Anything else, Ida?
Okay, thank you. Renee?
Nothing.
Kimber?
Nothing today.
Eric? Jesse?
Morning, Chairman Commissioners, Jesse, Emergency Management Coordinator. Sent you an email on Friday, just remind you that there is a training class on Thursday from 8:30 to 12:30 for elected officials and for senior administration, individuals to deal with emergencies. And they go through a case study during that exercise and some of the lessons that were learned during it so that hopefully other communities don't repeat the same mistakes that were made. So if you're able to attend, there's still availability for that. We'll make sure to get you guys in if that's something you'd like to do. I do have a request on August 27th. ExxonMobil will be doing a training class. It's an exercise. They have it's only in person. There's no online availability for that. They have a gas pipeline there, a transfer station. So they're going to be simulating a CO2 gas release from that facility. And then all the local agencies will respond. They're going to go over their safety plans and response procedures, how they respond to such a large-scale event. That way, the community, the counties, fire departments, all those agencies are fully aware of and how they respond, and then how we assist them in their response procedures and what capabilities they have that they can bring to the table also. There's no cost to the county. They provide both breakfast and lunch for that, for all the people that respond. So it would just be time and gas to get there. So again, that's on August 27th. So I'm asking if I can attend that.
Where's it at?
Where is that?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's in July.
Okay. Okay. What's everybody say about that? I have no problem with that.
No, I think that's very appropriate.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you. I will say the Bighorn Fire has the responsibility with Story, I guess, also for the tank farm down there. And our response is the rule of thumb. If you can't cover it with your thumb, you're too close.
Absolutely.
How big's your phone?
Yeah, my response.
Anyways.
Anything else, Jesse?
No, unless you have a question.
Questions for Jesse, anyone? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Robert?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Robert Gale, Sheridan County Airport Manager. Just wanted to touch a little bit on leasing policy at the airport. I know you guys have had some feedback on the reversions of properties at the airport. So I just wanted to provide a quick 30,000 view of what that is and why we do that. Ultimately, on the airport, all land up there, we can't sell and we can't lease indefinitely. So it becomes challenging when there's private development on the airport. There has to be an end to the agreement. I feel like when that happens, there's very few options. Either the land is converted back to its original state, the buildings become airport ownership, or perhaps the buildings would be purchased. To me, an ideal situation would be buildings be purchased. I think that would be easiest to work with. However, we're discussing multi-million-dollar buildings. It's hard to ensure that either the airport or the county can do that. So, long time practice. This isn't a new practice that I started doing. Is these buildings would revert to county ownership. In fact, the oldest agreement I found this morning was with Spinalore dating back to 1980. Which at the end of a 20-year agreement with a 20-year option, the building would revert to county ownership. So it's a challenging model to work with. Want to keep exploring better ideas, but I don't know how else to end those agreements cleaner. Had a couple discussions with Clint. Don't want to use vague language such as a new agreement can be made. That kind of still leaves things wide open. The land needs to become active county land. Also, with that makes challenges on lease assignment. If a building is sold that has a reversion clause within it, the term of the agreement. Keeping the integrity of the agreement, I think, is important. So just adding on additional years to make it more business friendly. I think there's some conflict there. In a scenario like that, we would be foregoing public dollars. So just adding on time is a challenge. I think it should be assessed as far as what the county or the airport would be losing in that scenario and added back into the agreement in one way or another. I think it's rather complex working through, meeting our federal obligations as well. So if there's any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer them. That's the 30,000 foot view.
Questions for Robert, anyone?
Mr. Chairman.
Yep.
Robert, you and I have talked quite a bit about the reversion clause in the past and how that works, and it does make sense, obviously, that land has to go with the airport. Has there been any thoughts on, if someone decides to sell that building, maybe allowing them to sell it to another private company, of course, without the land involved in it, but doing something to that effect where someone could sell that building, but anyone that they sell it to, it has to be, of course, an airport purpose, and it would have to go through the airport. Just a thought, just thinking.
Yeah, and I completely agree. Where an assignment or a sell of a building would still make complete sense, but the question is, what do you do with the land? Are we giving up our rights and powers to the land? If the building is sold, we still have to have that say. And just by providing a new agreement will take place. Had discussions with Clint on that. It's very vague to state that, and terms need to be addressed. I think those specifics need to be there. But as we call it, the specifics on term, if we go beyond 49 years, we're in compliance.
It's a lot to think about.
Yeah, it is.
So I
Anybody
guess,
else? Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, I guess the message is, Robert, that you'll just, I guess, continue to kind of brainstorm ways
Yeah, and
to
I,
make it business friendly, to encourage growth up at the airport business park, and that
yes, for sure.
fair?
I'm
Okay.
definitely gonna continue to do research and reaching out for, a lot of cases, these reversion clauses are in agreements. In other cases, airports can afford it and, they have buyback options. It's a little challenging when you're kind of stuck in between.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I guess I would just say that, you know, I have a lot of trust in you as the airport manager to do the right thing and just keep us in the loop. And, you know, I certainly see nothing wrong with the terms that I read the situation. And obviously you worked through our attorney and I have a lot of faith that will be fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Thanks, Robert. Kelly? Kenny? Levi?
Morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Levi Dominguez, Sheridan County Sheriff. Just coming before you to ask, we have one of our front office administrative secretaries will be retiring at the end of November 30th. We currently have 3 full-time office administrative secretaries that you would see when you come through the front doors of the lobby of the sheriff's office, and they all have different responsibilities that the sheriff's office is statutorily required. While they're cross-trained to help each other out, they're very experts in their own field. We had a part-time office assistant that now due to the budget cuts and the hiring freeze. So what I'm asking is that we can replace that position when this individual retires at the end of November. I would ask that we hire somebody to start November 1st, so that way we can get that individual to the required training so that they can be efficient in their duties. This won't affect our budget because currently right now we have 1 patrol deputy vacancy that was budgeted for in this fiscal year that we have not yet filled, and that's been over a month. At the middle of this month, we'll have a second patrol deputy position, that vacancy that will take another at least 2 to 3 months before we hire an individual with background investigation. So there'll be some wiggle room within our salaries, line item budget to allow that kind of 1 month lapse of getting some of that trained, so that way we can get that individual to those required trainings that will be essential, so that way they can be successful doing their work. So I'm just asking you that we can do that. Have any questions?
Questions for Levi?
No, Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
it makes sense to me, and I appreciate the good heads up too,
Yeah,
the notice.
and I have no problem with it.
I have no issue with it.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
Leroy, do you got somebody in mind, or you've got somebody that you might be able to, from part-time to full-time, or
Well,
is there somebody out there that's gonna step
part-time
in?
individual would have been great, but she left because she saw the writing on the wall, right? And so I don't think she's gonna come back with that. But that was our whole purpose, was, having that part-time individual, but when we, can't, fill that, and like, Clerk Thompson mentioned, that it's pretty tough with the wages that we're able to provide and what we can get. So certainly do our best. There's a few folks that have showed interest. There may be, I'm hoping there's some folks within our office that may be interested, so we can get some, that has knowledge, but we'll see when we open it up.
Other questions? I think we're good with it, Levi, so.
Yeah, it's a replacement, it's
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
it's not
I
nothing
appreciate
new.
it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Steve.
Mr. Chairman, just so that we keep it all the same, you've done it by motion before.
Okay.
Look for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to approve Sheriff Dominguez's request for a front office staff replacement.
Second.
Motion and a second, discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion passes. Clint, do you have anything? Cameron?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, good morning. Letting you know that I'm attending Wyoming Academy Leadership Academy down in Gillette this time. I'll be out starting Tuesday, roughly about 3 o'clock, and I'll be back Friday at 1. I will have my laptop and phone and everything, so if something comes up, I'll still be able to work in the evenings. I also sent out an email, and this is from the Scott Rendell, who's working with the Energy Capital Economic Development Group in Gillette. If you recall, in the last few years, prior to the business incubator folding Impact 307, there was a startup challenge in Sheridan. Last year, Gillette allowed Sheridan County and Johnson County to participate in the Campbell County version of this. They're doing the same again this year, wanting Sheridan and Johnson County to participate. The hope is that the new organization that's replacing Impact 307, it's a Jackson-based Silicon Coulier. That's the one the state hired. They might be able to do something for Sheridan next year. But for this year, Gillette's opening it up to Sheridan County. They are looking for a sponsorship from Sheridan County to the tune of $3,000 to participate. And I passed on the email. I told Scott I would at least ask the commissioners, but the budget had been set, so there was no guarantee. So this is me asking, do you want to participate and pay the $3,000? Saying no, they will still open it up for Sheridan County businesses, but I don't know what repercussion there would be. I'm just letting you know what it is.
Anybody got anything they want to say about that?
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
Not in favor of it.
Anybody else?
I can't see the benefit in it, really.
I think that's a big fat no.
Thank you for your time. I have nothing.
Thanks, Cameron.
Katie came in.
Oh, Katie, do you have anything? Oh, wow, you snuck in. Please.
Chairman, Commissioners, good morning. Katie Aris, County Treasurer. I just wanted to make everybody aware that our annual tax sale is this Friday at the exhibit hall at the fairgrounds. Registration starts at 8, the tax sale starts at 9. It's kind of a big event for our office. We try to contact delinquent taxpayers pretty much right up until then to get them to pay. We also have to advertise statutorily for 3 weeks in the Sheridan Press, which we've done, and my staff does a great job calling people and keeping that price down advertising. Because obviously the more you have to advertise, then the more it is, but they did a great job this year, and so we're looking for it just to be a smooth event this Friday, and I thank everybody for their help on it. So, question?
How many parcels do you have for sale?
Point, I didn't look yet this morning, but around 100, and normally we've actually had less. So, I don't know why exactly that is, but I always hope to get it down. I think in the past it's been around 70 or 80, but right around 100.
Anybody else got questions?
Mr. Chairman, is there an online description of properties?
There is, yes, on our website, and it's on the front page, and there it says like additional details, and if you click on it, it's right by the mill levies, right above that. And then we list what we advertise in the press.
Anybody else?
Yes. Obviously, that can change daily based on people coming in and paying, and we're gonna give people up until Wednesday, because we need some time to put everything in our software, and make sure the event will run smoothly.
Questions, anybody else? Thanks, Katie. Appreciate it. Okay, Commissioner Jennings, do you have anything?
Just wanted to kind of bring it back around for us to continue thinking and talking about Penrose Trail at some point. I did have a citizen ask me where we were at in the process, and I said, well, we haven't come back to discuss it, so I just figured I'd bring that back up again. But that's the only thing I have.
Okay, Commissioner Arzi.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be around much. I've got 3 doctor appointments, so I'm gonna be in. You probably won't see me because I won't be here during business, but I'll try and get in and get my computer things done and stuff.
Sure, good to see you out and about, mister.
Hang in there.
Commissioner Siddle.
I'll just be out the rest of the week working at the state fair, my 42nd consecutive year of working at the Wyoming State Fair, so I'll be there for the week. And next Tuesday, we have a regular meeting, kind of make sure if we got a quorum, because I'm supposed to go to Casper and testify before the State Joint Transportation Committee meeting on behalf of the counties. So I'm supposed to do that next Tuesday, assuming we still have a quorum here, then I'll be out Tuesday.
So we're gonna get all our road projects in Sharon County done because you're going?
Well, who knows, but yeah, hopefully, yeah.
But not roundabout at the library.
Make it big enough so you can get a trailer around it at least, yeah.
Okay, Commissioner Haswell, anything?
I will be in and out this week, just depending on how my daughter does. She's coming out of knee surgery in about an hour here, so.
Okay. I too have been thinking about Penrose Trail, and I have not decided that we need to do anything quite yet, but we're gonna keep thinking about it. So.
Mr. Chairman, I did also forget to mention, we did send off the letter to MBU.
Correct.
Just wanted to let you know that, requesting a public event.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've heard anything back yet, but hopefully we'll go back soon, so. And I want to thank Commissioner Haswell for offering to facilitate if that meeting comes about, so thank you.
Yeah. All right. Don't have anything else, so the next item on our agenda is to get our weed and pest quarterly update and annual report. I'm calling Walker Billings, supervisor of the Sharon County Weed and Pest.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Morning. Walker Billings, Weed and Pest. Last time I gave you a quarterly update was in May, so since then a lot has happened for us since, of course, summer times when we hit it hard, get all our good work done. So it was a pretty good summer for the office. We had some decent weather for spraying, great weather for everything else. An awesome crew. We had 9 seasonals this summer. We had 2 seasonals spraying county roads. They covered all of the county roads at least once. Most of them they were able to cover twice this year. We also had a contract crew that sprayed all the state highways and the interstate. We had a crew of 5 spraying leafy spurge. They did 4 large projects on private lands, plus 1 special project on game and fish, Amazon kerns. So, we also had a couple contracted ground crews that did 6 big spurge projects, and we had the helicopter up and did 9 big leafy spurge projects. We had 1 seasonal doing weed inventory for the fires, and then we had another seasonal who's just an intern who helps with kind of like all the smaller little projects like leafy spurge beetles and mosquitoes and grasshoppers, stuff like that. Now the crews are wrapping up. I'm losing about half of them at the end of last week, and the rest of them will kind of trickle off before college starts. They're spraying up on the Forest Service probably for the rest of the summer. It's kind of a little reward for bearing the heat all year. Finish out in the forest. We had a decent-sized grasshopper spray program this year, mostly in the Badger Creek and Kutan Creek area, and also near Ash Creek a little bit. We had super high grasshopper counts, but almost no one complained about them. We just found them ourselves, which is kind of opposite of what it normally is. Usually they're not that high, but people are complaining a lot. So I think that was mostly because of how much grass we had this year. And so that concerns me a little bit because next year I'm worried that we might have a bigger outbreak less grass to go around, and then it'll be like the sky is falling. So we're just going to be counting on people to report those high numbers when they find them. We had a couple positive mosquito pools, or a couple mosquito pools test positive for West Nile virus this year. Last time was in 2023, and then the time before that was 2010, I think. So we ramped up our program again. We didn't have quite as big of a West Nile virus outbreak as we did in 23, but we did kind of a big intensive program where we were finding them on the north side of Sheridan. We partnered with the city to do that, and we got the counts down from like, or in the fit, so per dip for their larvae, per dip, we were finding like 50 before, and now we're finding like 2 or 3. So decreased the mosquitoes on the north side of town quite a bit, and the city agreed to just keep doing their abatement north of the city limits for us from here on out, which would be nice because there's a lot of habitat up there. So that was the summer, but that didn't cover everything. We still have our goats and our beetles and all the other programs we do, hay certifications and stuff like that. Everything went pretty smooth. It was a good summer. This fall, we're looking towards our annual grass program. We have a big program being put together in response to the elk fire. We received a lot of money from the state of Wyoming this spring to respond to that. Make sure we remediate that, and we've also got some smaller projects going on around the Badger fire and the Remington fire. Those will all go out this fall, and whatever we can't get done this fall, we'll do upcoming spring. Got a few other projects, just lots of other fall work. We're wrapping up, putting a bow on things, so.
Busy.
Questions for Walker? Anybody? Walker, when the crews are spraying along the county road, like, are they spraying with something that'll kill spurge?
Yeah, they're spraying with a mix. They've got 4 different chemicals in their mix, and it's supposed to kill spurge, but spurge is.
It's hard to kill, I know.
Yeah, it takes a couple passes.
Yeah, okay. Other questions for Walker, anybody?
Keep up the great work.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, item 4 on the agenda is executive session pursuant to Wyoming statute 16.405 III matters concerning litigation.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I would move to convene into executive session pursuant to state statute 16.4405 A3 matters concerning litigation.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
As people are leaving, I would like to comment that the sheriff and I were the proud judges at the farmer's market pie contest on Thursday. We got our sugar pipes of the month. Mr. Chairman, I move to reconvene into regular session.
Second.
The motion and second to reconvene. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye opposed. Back in regular session, and we are adjourned at 9:45. Thanks, everyone.